How do you get to there?
Hard work.
Hard work.
Rero dukora.
We grow while working.
Fatanya n'abandi mugakora ugakura.
You work with others and you grow.
Byo gusa. Ariko.
That's it.
Reka nongere mako ngako hari igihe tubivuga muri rusange.
Let me say in general.
Paulo yandikira Abefeso.
Paul writing to the Ephesians.
Ibice 4.
Chapter 4.
Aravuga ngo abarezi Imana yashyize mu itorero.
He said the ones who the educators that God put in the church are the ones who are sitting on these chairs. Others are called to be disciples. Apostles. And others are prophets. Others are preachers of the gospel.
Evangelists.
And others are pastors.
Teachers.
And others are teachers. So that the saints may be perfected. While they can grow and be in the place just like Christ. So Pastor, I think that you asked that question. A pastor is the one who picks what he feeds his flock. That's it.
Ikibazo gikurikiyeho hari inyuma
murakoze amazina bazabanyita mungura ikibazo mfite nicurangirijeho pasteur
yego
kijanye n'ibyo kurya n'abagabura ibyo kurya dufite sinavuga ko ari ikibazo
Wachita ikibazo ubwo deja ntacyo nzigiye kubaza.
Hariho abana bari mu kurererwa ku babyeyi nabo batagaburiwe.
Yego.
Kubera ko iminsi yarahindutse titre ya pasteur cyangwa umuvugabutumwa cyangwa iki yamaze kuba saturated. None nk'abo bana bo mubafitiye ayahe majambo ni gute bogaburirwa kuko bibwira ko bari mu buyobozi ariko ubwo buyobozi deja nabo bwacu bufite ikibazo kandi nabo si babiteye bisanze aho ngaho abo bantu bazakora bate
Mama nakubwiye ni ikibazo ugiye kumbaza ndakizi.
So I knew the question you were going to ask me.
I have the same problem. Murambyibaza nkibaza ibintu tuzabikosora dute.
I asked myself, how are we going to correct this thing?
Ubwo urabona
So if you see
abari hano bize
those who are here who are educated,
amushobora ko hari iyi nzu yari urusengero.
Did you know that this house was a church?
Ariko utari urwanyu.
But it wasn't yours.
Ndabeshya pastor.
Did I lie?
Abazungu basengeraga bagiye.
White people who prayed here, where did they go? Hello?
Barafunze.
They closed down.
Uzi impamvu bafunze?
Do you know the reason they closed down?
None Amerika yashizemo abaturage.
So did America put in foreigners?
Bagiye.
Where did they go? No one knows.
Rero abantu baranakubwira ngo urumva ngo abantu ubutumwa barabuhaze ngo
people tell you that the gospel, people are tired of the gospel, you know.
Najyaga mbibwira abanyeshuri twiganaga kuko jewe nizino.
I would tell my fellow peers that we were in school together.
Nakoze masters na doctora.
That's where I did my master's and doctorate.
Ntabwo bintangaje ko insengero zanyu zishiramo abantu.
And they're like, it doesn't really surprise me how your churches don't have many people.
Abantu baraza bakajya muri debate.
People come and go into debates.
Ubu nje kukugaburira.
If I come and feed you
ukabushonje
and you're hungry,
nkazana ibijumba
and I bring potatoes,
abera ngo iki kintu cyitwa ikijumba,
and I tell you this is called a potato,
nkaguha chemistry,
and I give you the chemistry of a potato,
guaranteed inzara yakwica.
You would probably be starving.
Cyangwa ugasohoka kuko
or you would leave.
Laboratoire na restaurant biratandukanye.
A laboratory and a restaurant are two different things.
Churches nyinshi za hano,
most of the churches here,
ni za laboratoire.
They're laboratories.
They speculate. Bakubwira ngo urumva.
They say, you see,
ngo Yesu ngo bamwe bamuvuze gutya,
You know, Jesus, some people told him that,
ngo abandi bamuvuga gutya,
and others said this,
ngo abandi bamuvuga gutya,
and others said this.
ngo ushobora kureba uko nawe ubyumva.
You know, you pick how you want to hear it.
Come on. Jewe ndashaka kurya.
I want to eat.
Ukanyigisha chemistry.
And you teach me the chemistry.
Iyo umuntu ashaka kurya ajya muri restaurant.
If someone wants to eat, they go to a restaurant.
Ntabwo ajya muri laboratoire.
They don't go to a laboratory.
Najyaga nzi nkashaka kwigisha nkabo.
And so I would want to teach like them.
None umunsi umwe rero urabizi abazungu nababonye.
And so one day I was like, I saw those white people. They are smarter than me.
Kaninza kwigisha mu nsengero zabo. Ko ari nabo arabo njye kwigisha mu nsengero zabo.
And so because I want to teach, because even sometimes I teach in their churches.
Reka mpindure imyigishirize.
Let me teach my teaching. Change my teaching.
Mbabwire Yesu abantu bose bakenera.
Tell them the right Jesus that everyone needs.
Ndibuka mperuka kwigisha iriya muri za Idaho.
I remember a place that I taught in Idaho.
Umusaza umwe arambwira ngo you know.
And an old guy told me, you know,
it has been many years since I heard a fresh message of the gospel. Fresh. Basi message wumva fresh. Kubera iki? Kubera ko icyo ni ikibazo. Urwo n'uruhande rumwe.
That's one side.
Abize cyane.
Those who are educated.
Bibagiwe yuko umurimo w'Imana ukorwa n'umwuka.
They forgot that the work of God is done by the Spirit too.
Abandi twe twigiriye mu kintu cyo kumva ko twebwe tudakeneye kwiga.
Others, we grew up knowing that we don't need to learn.
Abandi bumva yuko gutangira itorero ari nka business.
Others is like starting a church as a business.
Ariko it's a calling.
But numuhamagaro.
Ubwo rero umbwiye ngo ubwo se tuzabigenza dute?
So when you ask me what are we gonna do?
Nabwira ngo niba nifite power.
I would say if I had the power.
Nabanza nkahamagara abapastori.
I would call all the pastors.
Abo nsanze batari ku murongo nkabirukana.
Those who are not online, fire them.
I
would tell them that you're just bringing corruption. Go ahead. But you can't do that. But because you asked it like that, go yourself, sit down. And ask yourselves, this person who started the church, did they really have our burden or they just wanted to start it as a business? So us who followed him, does he have food to feed us? How are we going to help him? Because it's easy.
The book is available.
The book is available.
Do
you know that if you took this book,
innocently,
if you don't put in any captions or anything, and you tell God, so God, I want to feed your people, but I didn't learn anything.
Teach me.
Nyigish. And he'll do it. But many people, they can't do that. Let me stop there, but we're still learning about it with pastors. So that we can help people. Where we were, that's what we were learning. In a way of, in the days ahead, to do conferences like these, but to also come together as pastors, so that those who don't have the basics of that, we'll come hand in hand and teach them. Because it's possible. Yeah.
Murakoze, nitwa Simeon.
Yego Simeon.
Inyigisho yo gukura mu mwuka. Turumva ko ari inyigisho ikomeye kandi y'ingirakamaro mu itorero.
Yego.
Kubera ko iyo bazana kugaburirwa amata kiri umwana, ukagaburirwa ibiryo bikomeye, ukageza naho ugaburirwa amagufwa, ni ijambo rikomeye
cyane.
Kandi uko tubona mu itorero, uko abakristu baba bateye mu itorero, nagiraga ngo mbaze nta bashobora kuba bakorera Imana, bazi gukorera Imana batarakura. Sinzi nimba byumvikanye. Nagira ngo mbaze niba nta wakorera Imana usobanukiwe ariko akiri umwana mu mwuka. Murakoze.
none se ibyo byo biri self evident. Umwana,
so that is self-evident. A child,
umwana hari imirimo azagukorera.
There's works that your child is going to do for
ndetse
you.
umwana wakuze neza,
And even a child who's raised right,
atangira gukora imirimo ingana nawe,
they start doing their works at their age.
ariko agivuga ngo uyu mwana afite umumaro mu rugo.
But people say this child has something important in the family.
Ariko ni umwana.
But they're a child.
Kandi kubera ko ari umwana,
And because they're a child,
afite ubushake.
they have a wanting.
They have the desire.
They have the desire.
They have the will.
They have the will.
Afite ubushake.
They have the will.
Ariko ntibafite ubushobozi.
But they don't have the opportunity.
Skills.
They don't have the skills.
Niyo mpamvu rero abantu bagomba kuko burya umuntu akiri muto mu mwuka.
It's the reason why when people are still young in spirit,
hari ibyo ashobora gukora.
there's some things he's able to do.
Ariko hari aho agarukira.
But there's where he stops at.
Urimo urabyumva?
Do you understand?
Ariko agira umumaro.
But they have a purpose.
Erega nkubwire n'abataravuka mu mwuka.
So even those who are not born yet in the spirit,
none se abana b'umuturanyi bashobora kuza iwawe,
can the neighbor's child come to your house
bagasanga abana bawe bagiye gukora,
and they see that your children are about to work?
Denise, uriya mugenzi wawe nawe muha akajerekani mujye kunzanira amazi.
They say, Denise, give your friend over there a jug so we can get water.
Uwo mwana azakuvomera.
Is that child going to fetch the water?
Ariko ntabwo bimugira umwana iwawe.
But it's not like your child.
Nawe rero ashobora gukora.
They're able to work.
Ariko ubigize ukamushyira nko ku kazi k'umunsi wose.
But if you do that like all day,
ashobora kuvuga ati ariko rero ndabona urashaka kungira umwana kandi ntari hano.
They must say that you really want to use me as a child, but I'm not really from here.
Yego.
Yeah.
Naho abana barakora rwose.
Children work.
Ariko icy'ingenzi ni ukubanza ukamenya se uri umwana.
The first thing is you have to know if you are a child.
Icya kabiri, ese urakora.
And the second thing is, do you work?
Icya gatatu, ese urimo urakura.
And the third thing is, are you growing?
Kuko ibyo bintu byose bigomba kujyana.
Because all of that has to go in hand.
Yego.
Yes.
Hari ufite ikindi kibazo? Garuka hirya hariya.
Sawa, murakoze. Amazina yanje nitwa Jeanne Uwizeyimana. Tukiri kuri ico ndabaza ibintu bibiri. Nibyo nshaka ko gusobanukirwa. Hariho ijambo wasize ejo hagati ntiwari dusoreza uvuga ku bantu batanga icacumi wenda akacohereza iyo yavuye atari hano atuye, ati muza mukijya mu Rwanda kandi hano afite irindi kanisa. Ese wa muntu afashe icacumi akagitanga muri ririya kanisa yabagamo wenda mu Rwanda cyangwa ahandi ariko akagitanga, ese yabakosheje cyangwa yabagize neza kuko cacumi yagitanze? Ico ni kimwe. Ubundi kubw'imirimo waruvuze kubw'imirimo, ese imirimo ni yihe umuntu yakorera Imana? Ni ugufasha undi muntu? Ni ugukora ibikorwa byo mu ikanisa? Imirimo ni iyihe dushobora gukorera Imana?
Reka nkusubize.
Let me answer that for you.
Icya mbere cyo kohereza icacumi aho wavuye.
The first thing of sending your tithe to where you've come from,
nta cyaha kirimo.
There's no sin in it.
Ariko harimo ikosa.
But there's a wrongdoing in there.
Mujye mutandukanya ibintu bibiri.
You guys need to separate two things.
Icyaha n'ikosa biratandukanye.
Sin and wrongdoing is two different things.
Icyaha ni ikintu ukora ukica itegeko ry'Imana.
Sin is something that you do and you don't obey the commandment of God.
Iyo utanze icyacu mukacyohereza aho waturutse,
if you give tithe and where you come from,
ubwo uba wubashye itegeko ry'Imana.
You honor God.
Ariko iyo bikoze ukabigira akamenyero,
but if you do it and you do it as a regular,
uba ukoze ikosa.
You're wrong for it.
Ni nk'umuntu wajya kurya muri restaurant.
It's someone who goes to eat in a restaurant.
Wenda ukajya muri restaurant imwe hano haruguru.
Maybe a restaurant up here.
Hanyuma ukishyura mu yindi.
And then you pay in another one.
Hano hari aho urya.
There, you ate in a certain place.
wicara kuri izi ntebe
You ate in there. You sat in their chairs.
zizasimburwa.
Those are the chairs that you sat in.
Ibi oya will be replaced.
They will be replaced.
Ibi byuma
These machines,
bizasaza bagura ibindi.
they'll get old and you'll get new ones.
Aya mashanyarazi
These electricity,
ntabwo ari charity babaha, murayishyura.
it's not charity. You guys pay for it.
So hano baraguha service,
So they give you a service here,
icya cumi cyawe kikajya ahandi.
and your tithe goes somewhere else.
Ariko niba ufite umutima wo gufasha aho wavuye,
But if you have the heart of helping where you come from,
ahubwo bikora utya,
do it.
katamwe uyoherezeyo
Do half and half.
andi uyazane hano.
Some go over there and some leave
We
here.
kuba umugenerwa bikorwa,
Instead of you not doing it at all.
kuko iriya
Because over there,
uri umufatanyabikorwa,
you're helping them in their
hano
plans. But here,
uri parasite.
you're a parasite.
Uri umugenerwa bikorwa ariko ntacyo ushyiramo,
You're the beneficiary, but you don't get anything.
sibyo?
Isn't that
Si
right?
icyaha ariko ni ikosa.
It's not a sin, but it's wrong.
Ariko nanjye umutima ugutera kubikora
But the heart that tells you to do it,
ndawumva,
I hear it.
kuko urumva iyo uri hano
Because if you're here,
hari igihe ubara mu mutwe,
there's something when you count in your head.
ariko hari umupasitori twasize hariya
There's a pastor that we left over there.
ntabona n'ijana ryo kugura isukari,
They don't even receive a hundred to buy some sugar.
wenda wakoreye amadolari 2,000,
Maybe you worked for 2,000
mwoherereza ijana,
and you sent him 100,
irindi urizane hano.
and the next you bring it here.
Ibyo gihe rwose no mu rusengero aho nayoboraga hari abantu najyaga mbibwira,
Even in the church that I used to lead in, I would tell that to people.
akambwira ati se hari abantu bafite ministries
And they would tell me that there's people who have ministries
kandi bakenera amafaranga.
and they need money.
Nzanye icya cumi cyose hano,
If I bring all my tithe here,
bariya bakabura icyo barya,
and those they don't have anything to eat,
hari icyo bitwaye nkaseho nkabaha.
does it take anything like their father to
Abana bose
give?
njyewe nta kibazo.
And I said, no, there's no problem in that.
Ujye ukata, ni umurimo w'Imana, kataho umuhe, ariko wibuke ko na hano naho uhabonera serivisi.
Go do it that in the work of God, do it in half, but also remember that there's a service here.
Ariko hari abapasitori bamwe banyumvise mvuga gutyo,
And there are pastors who hear me say that,
bashobora kunkubita.
they might even hit me.
Akavuga ati si uko ijambo ry'Imana rivuga,
They say that's not what the word of God says.
zana icya cumi cyuzuye mu nzu
They
yanjye.
say, bring the whole tithe here in my house.
Abana nicyo gihe inzu y'Imana yari imwe i Yerusalemu,
And you say that the house of the Lord was built in Jerusalem.
none zabaye nyinshi.
So there has been
So
many
njyewe
houses.
ntabwo ndi umupasitori w'igisabo.
So I'm not a pastor who asks.
By the way, ibyo nkubwira nanjye ndabikora.
And what you do, I do that to myself.
Hari igihe mfata icya cumi,
There's a time where I take tithe
nkabona hari umupasitori urimo gusafaringa,
and I see a pastor who's suffering.
kandi nanjye nari pasitori wa church,
And I myself am a pastor of a church.
nkakataho.
And I do half, I slice it in
Abana
half.
nkoherereje uduhumbi ijana aho ngaho, ugura agafuka k'isukari n'akawungu urebe ko waramuka,
And
andi nkayashyira muri church.
And I send money over there and they're like, if you want to buy flour or sugar, you can do that.
Kuko ubundi iyo mba mfite church yanjye,
Because if I have my own church,
nari kujya n'amahana menshi arenze.
I can go and even give what is more than that.
Ariko kubera ko njye nayoboraga church itari iyanjye,
But because I led a church that wasn't mine,
ntabwo nari nemerewe gufata amafaranga ya church ngo nyakoreshe uko nishakiye.
I wasn't able to take the money of the church and do whatever I
Ujye
wanted.
ubikora gutyo,
So do it like that.
sibyo?
Isn't
Icya
that
kabiri,
right?
imirimo wakora mu itorero,
And the second thing you can do in
Yose.
the church, all of them,
uzasenga,
you pray,
ni umurimo w'Imana.
that's a work of God.
Uzaririmba,
You sing,
ni umurimo w'Imana.
that's a work of God.
Uzakora protokole,
You'll do
ni
ushers,
umurimo w'Imana.
that's a work of God.
Uzafasha gutunganya intebe,
You'll help
ni
build
umurimo
the
w'Imana.
chairs, that's a work of
Ikintu
God.
cyose uzakora,
Anything you'll do,
uzafasha umukene,
You'll
ni
help the
umurimo
poor,
w'Imana.
that's
Uzatanga
the
icya
serv-
cumi, ni umurimo w'Imana.
giving tithe is the work
Ibyo
of
bintu
God.
byose
All of that.
ujye ubaza Imana icyo ukora, izakwereka n'ibirenze ibyo watekerezaga,
Ask God what you're going to do, and He'll even give you more than what you thought of.
sibyo?
Isn't
Kuko
that
ntabwo nshaka ko abantu basigarana mu mutwe yuko gukora umurimo w'Imana ari ugutanga icya cumi.
Because I don't want people to remain that doing the work of the Lord is just giving tithe.
Ako ni n'akantu gatoya,
That's just a small thing also.
gato cyane
It's a small thing.
mu bintu byose tugomba gukora.
I'm telling you to a list that we're supposed to do. Yeah.
Ngira ngo ndabona pastori yahagurutse,
I see Pastor has stood up.
buriya yavuze ngo
So he said, that's it.
dukomere Imana.
Please applaud for God.
Kanoni yarakoze.
Thank you so